Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that, of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, Collinsville, and yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
You know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, sophomores,
High school, like a champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Final 2 games of this 36th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic getting ready to take place. That will be the 3rd place game that's getting ready to hit the floor between Lincoln and Springfield Southeast. And then right after that, we'll have the championship game as Mundelein will take on the host Collinsville K-Hawks. I'm Todd Duke. Glad you're back in with us. Zach Roseman will be along here in just a moment, and then Dr. Chris McCluskey will be along for the Collinsville game, scheduled for a 7:30 tip-off. We're going to get you ready right now for this game between Lincoln and Springfield Southeast, and before you do that, let's go over what happened here earlier today. We started the day off with the 7th place game. That was won by Decatur Eisenhower, by O'Fallon, 55-51. The 5th place game was won by Belleville East in one of the more lopsided scores that we've had for you today, 52-30, although that was a close game for a long time. Over in the auxiliary gym at 12 o'clock, the 15th place game went to Decatur MacArthur, 62-39, and that was followed up by the 13th place game. That was won by Granite City 67-47, and the 11th place game ended before we went off the air for our last game, and Edwardsville beat Triad in that game 62-43. Then we came back to this floor and we had the consolation championship, or 9th place if you will, and that was won by Quincy by a score of 56-48, and that game was close for a long time as well. So here we are getting you ready for the 3rd place game between Lincoln and Springfield Southeast. Springfield Southeast, the defending champion of this tournament 2 times in a row, but that will end here in this tournament. Let's take a look at the scoring offenses for these 2 teams. Springfield Southeast, 3rd out of the 16 teams here, averaging 62.7 points per game, while Lincoln is 11th out of the 16 teams at 48.7. Field goal percentage, Springfield Southeast is 2nd on that list, only behind Mundelein, averaging 47% from the field, while Lincoln is in 10th place on that list, averaging about 43% from the field. 3-point field goal percentage, Springfield Southeast and Lincoln right next to each other, 5 and 6. The Spartans are shooting 36% from the 3-point arc, while Lincoln is shooting 35% from the 3-point stripe. How about a little bit closer from the free throw line? Springfield Southeast and Lincoln in the top 5. Lincoln's number 1. They have shot very well from the free throw line, 80% here in this tournament, having hit 28 of 35 attempts. In Springfield Southeast, they are 4th on that list. They have made 46 of 65 shots, or almost 71%. On the defensive side of things, Lincoln, number 1. They've given up the fewest amount of points per game at 44.0, while Springfield Southeast drops all the way down to 14th place on that list. They have given up an average of 62 points per contest here in this one. How about individually? James Dent, Springfield Southeast, in the top 3 in points. James Dent, coming into this game, has scored 64 points, averaging 21.3 points a game. That trails Giovanni Moore and Rayshawn Taylor. 73 points coming into today's contest, but Giovanni Moore, he is finished and did not have that good of a game as far as point scoring is concerned.
Then again, nobody on.
Yeah.
Sorry, then again, nobody on that Madison team did.
Not really. All right, so field goal percentage. You have on this list Omar Rahim, the number 5 spot from Springfield Southeast, 62%. And Cameron Banks for Springfield Southeast, right at 52%. And Connor Enright for Mundelein, Will Ewald for Lincoln, right at 50%. 3 points, James Dent, 7 of 14, 50%. Believe it or not, that puts him 3rd on the list. And then you have Cameron Whiteman for Lincoln, who has hit 6 of 18, and he's 8th on that list. On the free throw side of things, Cameron Banks is 3rd in this tournament, having hit 15 of 19 for 79%. Caden Froby is number 6 on that list, 11 of 15. He sure would have liked it to have been 12 of 15, huh?
Uh-huh.
You know that's right. James Dent right behind Froby, number 7 on the list at 73%. And I think that's about all we have for you as far as individual numbers are concerned. No, we have Cameron Banks. He's number 4 on the offensive rebound list. He has 11 offensive rebounds, 3.7 per game. And Will Ewald, minutes played. Ewald has 99 minutes. He leads the pack by 1 minute over Landon Hollinger and Caden Froby for Lincoln. And those minutes will go up here in a little bit.
Well, I mean, of course, you have that weighted a little bit by the because of that Ewald averaging actually more than 32 minutes per game. Is Lincoln goes 6 deep, and against Mundelein they went 5 deep. That's Coach Alexander's system. It's not something that, Lincoln conditioned very well, and it's not something that requires a ton of energy expenditure, apart from Singleton, and then that's why Seth Tungate plays.
Yep, and he's usually the only one that we see that comes off the bench for Lincoln, and that's why Lincoln's 5 starters are usually up there in the minutes department, because they don't normally come out.
Unless they get in foul trouble, and that's, against Mundelein last night, even Singleton did not come out until he fouled out towards the end of the game, and then Seth Sungate came in and played the rest. So Lincoln not deep, but frankly they don't need to be.
That is correct. They are, and we were talking about when we also get a sheet to fill out for our all-tournament team, and we're going through everything, and we're looking at the stats, and we're looking at all the categories, and there's hardly anyone for Lincoln that shows up in any category because they don't have that one go-to player. They have 5 go-to players.
Yeah, I mean, Froby's, sort of the guy, but, and even then, I mean, that's partially the system. I mean, that's the way Coach Alexander is running this system, and, I mean, they're very team-oriented, so there may be a game, they had that game where White, they had a game, yesterday, the first game of the day, Cameron Whiteman went like 0 of 7 from three-point, and then next game against Mundelein, he hit like 3 or 4, so, anybody on that Lincoln team can have a good day, and if one of them's having a bad game, then the other 4 are able to pick up the slack.
All right, we are going to take our break, and we'll come back just a moment, tell you the starting 10 players, the 5 for each team, and we'll do that here in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business. Whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKsports.com and the KHOK Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHOK Sports Network and KHOKsports.com. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Wow, did you know that over 20 scientific studies support the benefits of recovering from strenuous exercise with quality protein and nutrients found in chocolate milk? Train like an athlete, recover like a champion with Prairie Farms chocolate milk. For more information, you can visit prairiefarms.com. Here are the starters, and they are the same for these two teams as they has been throughout this tournament. For Springfield, Antron Beverly on the floor, along with Noah Doss, James Dent, Omar Rahim and Cameron Banks. And for Lincoln, we'll find the same 5 as usual. Will Ewald, Cameron Whiteman, Dylan Singleton, Landon Hullinger, and Caden Froby. The Lincoln Railers will be in the white uniforms here tonight. They will have the Christmas green numbers on the backs of their jerseys and the word Lincoln in red written across the fronts of their jerseys. For the Springfield Southeast Spartans, they have on their road navy blue, royal blue if you will, uniforms trimmed in white numbers that are trimmed in a little bit of gold, and a big gold in cursive Southeast across the fronts of their jerseys as we are just about ready to get underway.
Here we go.
Landon Hullinger and James Dent standing on the big Kahawk logo in the middle of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, and we are underway in the third place game. Lincoln wins the tip-off, and here we go. Singleton with the ball for the Railers. Gets the ball back over to Whiteman, and you'll see a lot of ball movement here from Lincoln, and they'll sling it around the outside perimeter for quite a while. They chew up clock. They're efficient, and they take good quality shots usually, and here is one right now. How about a three-pointer right off the bat for Will Ewald?
Of course, that's sort of a typical Lincoln position, to start out with. They'll pass the ball around for, run 30, 40 seconds off the clock, but they're going to get the open shot, and usually they're going to make it.
That's Zach Roseman, who's our special guest on the camera.
My mother, Miss Lisa Roseman, will be running the camera, giving me a little bit of a break, if you will.
There you go. We have a family team effort going on up here on the broadcast balcony. We're just about 1 minute into this game. Lincoln hit the three-pointer, and this is the Spartans' first possession on the offensive side of things. They miss the basket, and then they travel after the rebound was picked up by Noah Doss.
Of course, part of in addition to their offense, part of the reason why Lincoln are often, games are often still low scoring is because, their 1-2-2 zone defense, Coach Alexander has run for years and years, forces teams to be patient.
Yeah, you don't have much of a choice against this team.
No, you don't.
He stepped out. That was a nice one-handed grab over there by Ewald, but his toe was on the purple line. And so that's a turnover, and the ball will go back to Southeast as soon as Cameron Banks ties his shoe. That's all finished, and the Spartans bring the ball up court looking for their first points. There's a steal. That was an interception, and you saw Froby reading that the whole entire way.
So that's a good start for Caden Froby. Of course, you and I were having this discussion earlier is to try and figure out, potentially one of our spots for an all-tournament team, and Froby was one of those people that, trying to figure out if he's worthy of a spot on this list, and we'll see how he does today, and that may be the difference.
Usually he's a standout, but we decided to wait on one of our additions until this game was over with, and we might do the same for the next game as well as the ball gets away from Lincoln this time. And here is a shot by Omar Rahim. Won't go, but Dent there to clean up what was left behind, and Springfield's on the board with 5:40 left to play here in this first quarter. 5-2 in favor of Lincoln. Here is Singleton with a little pop shot from about 5 feet out, and he'll hit that one and give his team back that 5-point lead.
See, Lincoln, Lincoln not always, they're going to be patient, but if you give them an open shot, as Springfield did for Singleton, they're going to take it.
Here is Dent just inside the perimeter. He takes the shot. He's fouled, so he'll go to the line after the missed shot, and that one's going to go against Caden Froby. First foul of this game comes at the 5:19 mark of this first quarter. Here is James Dent at the free throw line. He was 7 of 10 against Collinsville in that semifinal loss on Saturday night. And we know he can hit from anywhere, and he misses that one.
Yeah, that's a bit unusual. Dent usually pretty reliable. In fact, most of the Spartans team is pretty reliable from the free throw line. One of the strengths of this team.
Next one, it took about 3 bounces before it decided it didn't want any part
The old announcer's
going
jinx,
in.
I
Yeah.
suppose.
Froby over to Singleton, over to Ewald. Ewald back over to Froby, and in front of the opposition's bench, it comes back onto this side, and Ewald gives it up to Singleton, and Singleton from the free throw line makes it a 9-2 game in favor of Lincoln.
I think that's about the second possession in a row that Lincoln have sort of left that high post area open, and another steal.
Another steal, and Froby turns that into 2 points, and Lincoln's off and running. I wouldn't be surprised.
Coach Thomas will call timeout.
I was just going to say that right before he did. So a timeout on the floor for the first time in this game. We'll step aside as well. Back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Lisa Roseman, glad that you're with us here on Championship Night from the 36th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament as Maki Allison comes into the game, turns the ball over. Ewald turns that into 2 points. Well, that timeout didn't work out very well, did it?
No, not at all. And Lincoln kind of now, usually been watching some of their games earlier in the year, often, there were a couple of games where Lincoln got out to a real quick start like this, and with the way Lincoln play, once they get up to about a 10, 15-point lead, I mean, they're not going to back it out and run four corners a la Mike Waldo, but, just the way they play, it's hard to come back against this Rail Splitters team.
Allison has a rough start. He enters the game, turns the ball over, and then commits the foul. So, and another steal by Ewald of Allison, and you know what, Allison, he is going to be super, super mad at himself, and the coaching staff not very happy. Lawrence Thomas takes another timeout. We will step aside for a moment as well, and we're back in, what did the man say, 60 seconds? That sounds good. Well, okay, why isn't that working? There we go. Now it finally comes back, and we'll be back in 60.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahoks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune. Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, here comes Lincoln after the Spartans couldn't turn anything into points down at the other end. That 60-second timeout was a lot shorter than 60 seconds, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Maybe I think that first buzzer goes off at 45, and both teams were ready to go.
Yeah. Here's Froby for three from the left wing, and that's good. Lincoln is on fire to start this game off with.
It started off quite well against Mundelein, but here this is almost, to use the expression, almost going purple here to start out.
There's a throw all the way up the line to Noah Doss. And Southeast right now can't get out of their own way here. Here's Abdur Muhammad, who will check into the game for the first time and take the place of Noah Doss.
Of course, kind of a big contrast to the last game is by this point in the last game, Lincoln got off to a pretty quick start, but Mundelein had started to come back, and Coach Alexander had picked up the technical lob play for Hollinger and one.
Wow. I didn't know if that was a lob play or a very short shot, three-point shot, but it was cleaned up by Hollinger quite nicely under the basket.
Of course, something that these two teams played each other in a sectional final on Southeast home floor last year, and the Spartans won that game by about 20 points, but another turnover for Southeast.
Another turnover for Allison.
And Coach Thomas will use, oh no, ball out of bounds, and it'll be Lincoln basketball. I guess Allison stepped on the baseline or something. Kind of hard to tell from our angle, but.
Man, oh man, you want to talk about a rough start to a game. Number 43, he's got his head down, his shoulders sagging, and he just got replaced in this game by A.J. Frazier.
Tell from here that he's not happy.
No. I'm sure no one would be happy with that performance. You're mad at yourself more than anything, and sometimes when you're mad at yourself, it affects your game even more, and not in a good way. Here is Singleton out front to, well, another wide open three, and just missing that one was Whiteman. The rebound belongs to Singleton. He'll give to Ewald. Ewald for three, and that one won't fall in. And the rebound hauled in by Muhammad.
That's about the second shot Lincoln's missing about, I don't know how many they've taken, but they've been ridiculously efficient. I think they're going to get Hollinger with a foul here.
Yeah. Cameron Banks was going up, went up twice actually, and on the second time up he got hit. 2:33 left here in this first quarter, 23-2. Don't rub your eyes. That's right. You're seeing that scoreboard right, 23-2 in favor of Lincoln. And there's a free throw for Springfield, and I'm sure that takes a little bit of the sag out of the shoulders and lifts them up just a little bit just to get another point on the board.
Uh-huh. See Seth Tungate come into the game already, and
That's strange.
rather unusually not for Dylan Singleton. Came in to replace
Banks can't hit the second one, and the rebound by Tungate up to Singleton. And Singleton moves the ball across the line, gives to Whiteman. Bounce pass for Tungate. Tungate traveled.
shuffled just a couple too many took a couple too many steps, and that's probably, I think that's Lincoln's first turnover as compared to Lord knows how many they forced from the Spartans.
Oh,
there's another one.
Yeah. As soon as you speak, it's been that kind of a start for Springfield Southeast.
Yeah, just a way too many unforced errors. I mean, Lincoln aren't really forcing the issue, but
No, Lincoln puts on, the normal backcourt pressure. It's nothing spectacular, but it's just bad pass decisions, and a couple of times just perfect reads by the defense. Froby stepped in front of that one like he was a linebacker picking off a quarterback that earlier turnover. All right, here is Ewald over to Froby. Froby drives just outside the lane. Shot's not going to count. We're going to have a foul, and this one is going to go against Abdur Mohammed. That'll be his first, and that'll be the team's third. Lincoln has two up there.
I mean, I guess to be rather nitpicky about the only thing maybe Coach Alexander would be maybe not thrilled with is the near and one there for Froby is the fact that they have two fouls already. And even then, that's not much to gripe about.
No. I think they had, a total of 4 in the first half last Saturday?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Froby to the free throw line. That foul is against Sergio Knight. And Froby to the free throw line. He went 5 of 9 yesterday in that loss to Mundelein. And he hits the first one. 24-3. Lincoln leads by 3 touchdowns. And missing on the last one was Froby, but there is Singleton to get the rebound over to Ewald, over to Whiteman. Back to Ewald. He'll launch a 3, and he'll be just a little bit too hard on that one. Singleton almost got that one, and then it's picked up on the other end by A.J. Frazier.
That was nearly Singleton's third offensive rebound, and, Singleton's not a very big guy, only at about 5'10".
Jump shot missed. Getting his own rebound was Muhammad, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
I think that foul will be on Ewald.
His first, team's third. At the free throw line, Abdur Muhammad. He did not go to the free throw line in the game against Collinsville Saturday. Keep on saying yesterday. I'm just, whatever.
I mean, Same thing.
Everybody knows what I mean. I'm not even going to correct myself any longer. Hopefully I'll just get it right from here on out, but chances are pretty slim that I won't.
Let's see.
Back into the game is going to be Omar Rahim. He'll take the place of Sergio Knight. Sergio came in, committed a foul, goes back to the bench.
Coach Thomas I think Coach Thomas is sort of just trying to figure out something that'll give themselves a little bit of cohesion just in general. Just 4 points.
4 points, and 2 of those have come from the free throw line.
Yeah, only one field goal from Lincoln. That has been a defensive clinic put on by the Rail Splitters.
There is Tungate at the free throw line. He's stuck there. He gives to Ewald, and outside to Singleton. Singleton in the paint, takes the shot, good for 2.
That's about the 3rd bucket he's made from that exact same spot, just sort of one of those running, 8-9 footers, and another near steal.
Well, almost.
Off of that board that was broken, I believe, in the Madison Belleville East game. Player ran into it. Now you can still see the ad there, but it's quite a bit darker than the rest of them.
1 minute to go here in this first quarter. And with the ball, that is Antron Bevely. Bevely, I think it's the first time I've called his name here in this game, besides the fact that he was a starter, and I mentioned it then. Bevely over on the left wing, make that the right wing, puts it into the corner and gets it right back from Marcus Albers. Now it goes into the paint, and now it belongs to the other team. Lincoln all the way up to Froby. Froby in the corner right in front of the Spartans bench to Tungate. Tungate dribbles out of trouble over there and back to Whiteman at the midcourt stripe. Froby on the move, takes the shot, will not drop, but he will get a chance to make up for those.
One thing that I've kind of noticed here now is that I don't think we've called James Dent's name much at all. I mean, he hit a layup at the beginning of the quarter, but he has been almost non-existent. He barely even touches the ball for the Spartans.
Froby right there at the same free throw line that he could have won Saturday. Made the first one and missed the second one that sent us to overtime, and then Mundelein took it over from there. Makes both of them here.
Froby with 10 points already.
20 seconds left in this first quarter. Bringing the ball up, and is Rahim, and Rahim throws an ill-advised pass and one for Mr. Froby. All right, ill-advised pass. He was trying to hit Bevely, and once again, the linebacker picks off the pass. Froby at the free throw line again. A little smile on his face this time. Just hit 2 from there. And 3. 31-4, 15 seconds left. Here is Allison. He throws the ball into the hands of Bevely, and Bevely back over to Allison and over his head and into his player's bench, and Lawrence Thomas is beside himself.
I mean, I would be too if I were the coach. I mean, and it's not really that, Lincoln have done anything spectacular. I mean, they've hit their shots, but there's probably been pushing 15 turnovers by Southeast already.
They're just getting body on body down here in the backcourt, and it's really messing with Springfield, and they're making ill-advised passes that end up going the opposite direction. All right, here we go. 8 seconds left, and here is Singleton over to Tungate. Tungate back at the top of the key for Whiteman. Whiteman will launch a 3 at the buzzer. No good. That falls way short. That's the way the first quarter happens. 31-4 in favor of Lincoln after 1 quarter of play. We head to the second quarter right after a timeout here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Lisa Roseman, glad that you're with us. We're in the second quarter of the third place game. That was a first quarter that was dominated by Lincoln, 31-4, and here we are at the start of the second. Springfield Southeast gets possession of the ball first, knocked out of bounds by Lincoln, and Dent will inbound and do so as Allison ends up with it. Back the other way it goes to Terrence Harris. Harris on the left wing. Back over to Allison. They'll play catch for a minute, and then they'll let Marcus Albers in on the fun. Right in front of the Lincoln bench, it goes back to Allison. Back over to Albert. They just look unsure of themselves, not really know what to do with the ball. And
Yeah, and the Lincoln zone just sort of giving them fits.
yeah, there's a three-point shot by Dent that hits the mark. I'm sure that felt good.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what you want to do. You know, James Dent's probably their best player, been one of the best scorers of the tournament. I'm Southeast. I'm trying. I mean, you don't want to force feed him, obviously, but you want to get him the ball as much as possible and let him get shots up.
Tungate to Hullinger. So right now it's Singleton that's not out on the floor for Lincoln. Oh, there he is. There he is. Who's missing?
Hullinger.
Hullinger, okay. No, he's out there.
And Whiteman.
Whiteman's the one that's not out there. All right. Tungate gets it. Three-point shot. Skips across the rim. And James Dent gets the rebound and travels the other direction with it. 6:33 to play. Here in quarter number 2, 31-7. The Lincoln Rail Splitters are holding court here on the floor of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. At least they did in the first quarter. And here we are in the second. And Springfield looking a little better already than they did in that first quarter. They already have 5 points here in the first. They only had 4, or in the second. They only had 4 in the first. There's Singleton at the midcourt Kahawk logo to Tungate. Tungate on the near side sideline, trying to get rid of Allison. Allison in the hands in there, trying to poke that ball out. Goes to Ewald, back over to Tungate. Tungate dribbles and drives, and he's pushed by Allison, and that's going to be Allison's second foul.
Yeah, been a really, really rough game for him already. He's got 2 fouls as Whiteman will come back in. And Raylor's already in the 1-1.
They didn't even have Allison on the roster. We had to find out who he was when he came onto the floor for the first time. We didn't even know him. We called him John Doe the whole time.
Ooh.
Man.
Oh, that is
one of the worst free throw misses I think I've ever seen.
That is Coach Alexander sort of sitting there with his hands over, or sort of his head in his hands like, what in the world was that? There you go.
Yeah,
Tungate will
almost another steal there.
nearly
Here's
redeem
Richard
himself.
Dent, and up underneath, and Banks brings one home for 2 points, and Springfield into double digits, 31-11. It's a long way to go, still trailing by 20. Here is Whiteman. He gets fouled before he goes up. Yeah, we're going to say it was a shooting foul, so Terrence Harris picks up his first foul. It's the Spartans' 8th. So we're already into bonus time for Lincoln. And at the free throw line, Cameron Whiteman did not make it to the free throw line in that loss against Mundelein. First one's good. And back into the game for Springfield is Omar Rahim, as Terrence Harris has a seat. Next one for Whiteman. That one's no good, and the rebound belongs to Springfield Southeast. Here is James Dent. Over on to the right wing. Back out front now for Allison. Top of the key. Working it up inside for Banks. Up underneath, and this one is banked off of the glass for Marcus Albers.
I think that's sort of, that's a kind of a good set in the half-court offense. It's something that works. They were able to beat the zone, and, that's the first, half-court bucket, arguably, that Southeast have gotten. A lot of their other stuff has been off of transition or turnovers.
Hollinger in front of the Southeast bench to Froby on the right wing. He cuts right through, takes the shot. He's fouled And that one, I believe, is going to belong to Marcus Albers. And it will. Allison's like, whew. I was standing right there. You didn't call it on me, did you?
Let's see. Whiteman head over and talk to one of the Lincoln assistants, and I believe that one of them is his father.
Froby hits a free throw.
Yeah.
Froby now has 14 points.
That's kind of a more, Froby hasn't had the best tournament ever, but this is one of those games that if you're a Lincoln fan, you're more used to him having.
Next one for Mr. Froby, misses.
Uncharacteristic miss.
Yeah, he's done that twice now. Hit the first one and missed the second one. And
Yeah.
he hit 2 of them earlier in a row. That was when I was making the comment about the ones that he missed against Mundelein.
Well, the one big one that he missed makes them both. And
Well,
another
there's a
steal.
loose ball. Off of a body part, and Froby waits patiently, pays dividends off the glass for 2 more.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of, at this point now, it's just sort of Lincoln can really let off the gas. I mean, Coach Alexander
Putting on
he's-
some pressure back there.
Yeah, come out and press just a little bit. But
Terrence Harris with the ball to Allison. Allison top of the key, back over to the wing for Harris. Back to Allison. Bounce pass inside, Banks, and he banks it off the glass, but it won't fall in. Rebound belongs to Froby. Froby's having a very good game here. Brings it up on that far side sideline and gives it back to Singleton, who gives to Whiteman, who was tripped up, and a loose ball picked up by the Spartans, and that turns in to 2 points for Terrence Harris, and that makes it 35-15. We're down to already 3:40 to go here in this first half, and here comes Singleton for Lincoln. Singleton tries the right side, kicks it up into the corner, and a 3-point shot that swoops right out of there off the hands of Cameron Whiteman. And with the ball is Terrence Harris for Springfield.
yeah, another kind of a cold start for Whiteman, but the game that everyone else, Ewald's hit a couple threes, Froby's having a very good game, Singleton's got a few buckets, something that we mentioned earlier, if one of Lincoln's starters has an off game, then the others will be there to pick up the slack.
Dent gets it out to Allison. Allison dribbles with the left hand, now the right. All the way over in front of the Lincoln bench, and that was almost a steal there. Allison got lucky to get his hands on it, and now a loose ball is going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Springfield.
See Ewald there, kind of, Lincoln defense as a whole, kind of active hands, can't, said this before, but can't stand still in that zone.
Dent for 3. That one was real close to falling in. Nice pickup by Singleton, who gives it up to Ewald on a little shovel pass. And Ewald with 37 points for his team. Ewald now with 10. He's in double digits.
And another near
Oh, that was almost a
Commendable.
nice save there.
Commendable effort by Hollinger.
It sure was.
Diving into his bench.
And Dent has to go high up over some hands, and that was the reason he missed that one. It was a little bit off to the right because of that, and the rebound belongs to Lincoln. 2:15 left to play. Here in this first half, here is Singleton. Singleton drives the lane, free throw line, pops it. Won't stay in, but he'll go to the line to try to make up for it. That one's going to go against James Dent. That'll be his first, and we're well into bonus land for Lincoln. And Lincoln, as usual, very well-disciplined team. They've only committed 3 fouls in this first half.
Yeah, that's very typical. And part of that is the zone defense, but part of that is, of course, very disciplined. And
Alexander instills that discipline in all of his teams. That one just barely missed for Singleton. He was in foul trouble yesterday. The Railers had 4 fouls in the first half, and he had 3 of them.
Eventually, he did wind up fouling out towards the end of the fourth quarter. And
none of the free throw shots could stay in there for Singleton. Now another picked off pass, and Ewald will come in and use the glass to give himself another couple of points. He now has 12. And a 39-15 lead blossoms even more for Lincoln. Here is Dent. And he goes just outside the lane. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
I think they're going to get... I don't think that's right.
They still have Ewald at 10. Didn't I say 10 a little while ago?
Yeah, he's got 14 fouls on Whiteman.
Okay, now it changed. Whiteman picks up his first and just the fourth as a team for Lincoln, which is about average for them, 4.5. And Dent can't hit from the free throw line.
Let's see, Doss and Raheem come back in for the Spartans.
Doss came in and threw a turnover and immediately was taken out. And this is his first time back in since.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Thomas just sort of said this before. Coach Thomas seemed to try and do anything to get Southeast back into the game. And
they've had a much better second quarter than they did first, that's for sure.
That's true.
Good for Dent. And Lincoln brings the ball up. Here is Singleton. We have 1:40 left to play here in this first half. Third place game, third place trophy on the line. Here is Singleton, spins out of some trouble and throws to Ewald, who gives to Whiteman, who gives to Froby. Free throw line, Hollinger under the basket, and a push is going to go against Noah Doss just as he came back into the game. Hollinger, I think this is his first trip to the free throw line tonight, isn't it?
I think so.
He was 2 for 2 in that game against Mundelein yesterday, and
Yeah, he
picks up the first one.
Yeah, 3 points. All 5 starters getting involved is very typical, you know.
And the next one is in there as well. 41-16 with 90 seconds left to play here in this first half. Football pass all the way down to Doss, who throws it up underneath the banks, and no good on that one. Rebound was put up and went to the other side, and this time Hollinger pulled it down. Up to Singleton. Singleton with a head of steam, shovel pass to Hollinger, over to Ewald, back to Singleton. He'll cut into the lane, and he'll be fouled from behind. This one will go against Omar Rahim.
Yeah, just sort of, Lincoln's just sort of dissecting the Southeast defense. No matter what look Southeast put out there with ease, you know, if you can't get dribble drive penetration, then they'll beat you from outside. And if you close out, then they'll beat you by driving the ball. Very well faceted team.
Singleton hits the free throw. He just missed 2 from there a moment ago. Got it figured out now, doesn't he?
You would think so.
Well, yep.
There you go.
43-16. And there's another turnover. Froby will come in and collect an easy 2 points, and this game may be out of hand before we even make it to the fourth quarter if this keeps up. The turnover parade just continues for Springfield Southeast.
You know, there's just, seems like there's just nothing they can do right against this Lincoln defense, and, you know, he's just giving them fits.
Yeah. Lawrence Thomas is going to have nightmares tonight.
Uh-huh.
Here is Banks, turn around. That was a nice move. Oh, what a good, better move by Hollinger. He popped that ball right out of his hands, but right to the hands of Raheem, and Raheem got the 2 points instead. That was a good play by Hollinger from behind.
I think Lincoln are going to go ahead and hold for one shot here.
Might as well. 15 seconds left. Here is Froby. Froby being patted down by Dent. Oh, what a nice backdoor feed that was to Singleton for 2 points, and with 5 seconds left, Springfield's got a chance for some points if they play their cards right. Dent, 3-point shot. That misses the mark. And at the buzzer, that's going to be short and probably before the buzzer went off anyway. 47-18 at the end of one half of play. We will take a break and come back and fill your head with some halftime stats, and we'll do that here in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network. Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their 3rd year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahoks Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, halftime here of this third-place game between Springfield Southeast and Lincoln, and it is the Lincoln Railers show as they dominated this game, and they started off by dominating, hitting 10 out of their first 10 shots in this contest, and the real key to this game has been all of the Springfield Southeast turnovers. 15 turnovers in one half. You usually don't see but about 15 turnovers per game for most high school teams, and off of those 15 turnovers, Lincoln has scored 25 points. That is almost half of their points that they've scored have been off of turnovers. Man,
poor Makai Allison, he's got 6 of them.
Yeah.
Just been a really rough game. He's got a rebound, a steal, an assist.
And a foul.
Yep.
Yeah, he did have a rough start when he came in. Okay, leading scorer in this one is Caden Froby. He has 18 points, 14 for Will Ewald, and 10 for Dylan Singleton. So 3 of their 5 starters already into double digits. And then you add in Landon Hullinger's 4 and Cameron Whiteman's 1, and they've almost teamed up themselves to hit another double digit. James Dent has led his team with 6 points. Cameron Banks has 5. And then 2 points apiece for Omar Rahim, Terrence Harris, and Marcus Albers, and then 1 point for Abdur Mohammed. Springfield Southeast struggling from everywhere. They're only 1 of 4 from beyond the three-point stripe, 3 of 8 from the free throw line. And the one thing they are doing good is rebounding. They are out rebounding Lincoln 15-11. Meanwhile, Lincoln, I guess, struggling a little bit from three-point land. They're only hit 2 of 8, but from the free throw line, they're doing very well. They have hit 11 of 18.
17 of 23 from the field. Frobe 6 of 6. Hollinger 1 of 1. Ewald 6 of 8. It's a ridiculously efficient half.
I know, 4 for 4. Singleton. I mean, that's just, man. And then, you know, you look at the other end of things, and Cameron Banks has only hit 2 of 7 shots, while James Din has only hit 2 of 6. So not only is Springfield Southeast turning the ball over at an alarming rate, but when they do get a open shot, they're missing.
Yeah, I mean, even then there hasn't been a lot of, you know, Lincoln haven't been giving them a ton of open shots. I mean, really been just a clinic put on by the Rail Splitters.
Yeah, and the fast break points, Lincoln has 20. Well, as you can tell by the numbers we're throwing at you kids, this game has been dominated by Lincoln. We'll see if that continues after we take another timeout here and come back and give you the second half of this game on the Kahoks Sports Network. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net, and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com, that's HIBid.com, to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Second half of the third place game starts right now. 47-18 in favor of Lincoln. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Lisa Roseman along with you, and we're going to have a scrum for the ball, and a rugby match broke out down here underneath the basket.
Sort of, I think that's really like the first, or haven't seen Southeast do that much against this Lincoln team. Sort of finally got a steal, and
What do they call that in rugby? A scrum?
yeah, sort of a. Oh, we have a. Well, okay, jump ball. Just changing where the inbound will come from.
So, Southeast will get to keep. And the inbound pass from Dent all the way back into the backcourt for Terrence Harris. Harris moves the ball up, close to coming over the timeline. And he gets the ball up into Omar Rahim, who will in turn lose the ball. There's Hollinger. Yep.
Another Southeast turnover.
Sure was. Hollinger with the ball now for Lincoln. He'll settle in over on the right wing, top of the key for Singleton, all the way back with his heels in the purple part of the big C that represents Collinsville. In front of the scorer's table, Singleton tried to move it in. No room. Ewald does, and the little floater won't drop. And Banks is there with the rebound. And he throws the ball all the way up, and it's off of Whiteman and goes out of bounds, so Springfield will get to keep it. Yeah, that's not a good sign when your coach says, hey, man, we got to cut down on the turnovers. We got 15 of those in the first half, and the first thing you do is turn the ball over.
Yeah, nearly 16 turnovers, 18 points. That is a horrendous ratio. And there's
another one. There is Ewald. He'll race it down and dump it off to Froby off the glass. That was a good play and very unselfish of Mr. Ewald to do that.
Yeah, unselfish, very disciplined. Lots of positive adjectives that you can use. And there's another one. I think they now have as many turnovers as they do points.
They do. 18 turnovers, 18 points. That's never a good sign. 49-18. We are just underway here in this third quarter. We're a minute 15 in. Here is Singleton behind the back dribble. That was nicely done. He was really trailed there by Terrence Harris. Harris was playing the part of the shadow. Now here is Whiteman over to Froby, over to Ewald, who gives it up for Hollinger. Back to Froby and over to Whiteman. And there we go, all the way around into the third quarter. We go. Pocket. Good. Man.
There's just
impressive ball movement, and you finish it up with a 3-point little rattler. That's awesome.
That's the stereotypical Lincoln possession.
There's Dent. He takes one from about 7 feet out and hits it. So
he's really the only guy who's been able to do much of anything for the Spartans.
Second basket here in this quarter for Springfield Southeast. And here is Froby to Whiteman, to Ewald, to Hollinger, to Singleton. Everybody touched it. I named all 5 guys right there. Here's Froby. Froby into the lane. Little floater, gets it to fall, and he'll head to the line for a bonus shot.
Froby with 22 points.
Yeah.
Have a day, Mr. Froby.
Ain't kidding there. Allison's third foul.
His woes continue. He's just had.
This is going to be a game he's going to forget about.
Uh-huh.
He'll try to forget about that on the bus trip back. Froby with another point. Makes it 55-20. That is a 35-point lead by the Railers here. And another steal. That was a perfect picked-off pass by Whiteman. He played the part of the linebacker then. Under the basket, kicks it back out to Ewald. Hollinger over to Froby. Baseline spin move. Oh, man. Too bad he couldn't finish up on that. That was beautiful.
Dollar move, dime finich.
Yeah. Oh, there's some traveling there. Yep. Another turnover for Springfield Southeast just when they got a rebound.
I think that's 19 or 20.
We're gonna lose track after a while. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is more than you want to have in one game, let alone 2. Here is Singleton. He had that ball poked out of his hand, but it goes right to Lincoln. That's just the way things have been going for Lincoln, and just the way things have not been going for Springfield Southeast.
Finally, a break there as Lincoln will commit a turnover as they'll get Whiteman with an offensive foul as that is not Seth Tungate.
What? Oh, my God, I got to get my Lincoln roster out.
Yeah, for the first time of the tournament, we'll see more than just
Gunder?
those 5. Adam Grunder into the game for the first time all tournament for the Rail Splitters.
And back to the Spartans' possession. Allison around, and it ends up down here. And a pass back out to Allison. Allison over on the right wing. Into the corner now it goes for Albers, and almost another turnover.
It is.
Yeah, just a foul, but still counts as a turnover as the foul goes against Terrence Harris.
I mean, there's really not much we could say. This is absolute domination.
Seth Doss?
Seth Doss?
Seth Doss.
Maybe related to Noah Doss, maybe your brother.
I don't know. But Seth Doss is out on the floor. So
Believe-
I was trying to look up his number.
Let's see.
Probably still going to start seeing some underclassmen and some players who don't see much action here for Springfield Southeast, too.
And for Lincoln, just see Grunder in, and he hasn't played all tournament.
Yeah. Adam Grunder, the 5'10 junior. As Springfield Southeast continues to fight. Here's Dent. And that ball got ripped out of his hands, but that's picked up by and put back in by Marcus Albers. Here is Singleton. Races the ball up into the paint, stops, puts on the brakes, puts up a shot, can't get it to go in, and the rebound belongs to Albers all the way up, and that ball is almost picked off by Froby. He knocks it out of bounds, so Dent will inbound from right there.
Nice to see Lincoln, even now up 30, but they're going to continue to be active on defense, always looking for turnovers and force Lord knows how many, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20.
Here's Allison. Gets it to Dent at the free throw line. He'll take the shot from there, and it'll roll its way in. 55-24, 3:15 left to play here in this third quarter. Here's Froby. Delivers the ball to Grunder. Grunder cuts across the entire lane and then gives it up to Singleton. Singleton dribbles and drives, gives to Froby. Froby will pop one from just inside the perimeter, and that one goes in. Caden Froby with 25 on the night.
I don't think he's missed a shot from the field or hasn't missed many.
Here's Allison. Back over on the other side for Harris. Harris back to Allison. And Allison and Harris will play catch for a little while. Harris in front of his own bench. Drives in the baseline, no good. Rebound by Doss. He puts it up, but it's ripped out of his hands by Singleton. And then Froby gets smacked from behind, no call.
I think Froby got hit in the face.
I think he got hit in the face with his own hand.
I don't know. He looks a little dazed, and we'll see Seth Tungate and Will Ewald come back in. And
Froby will go to the bench. I think his coaches saw the same thing. I think what happened was that Doss got from behind and tried to poke that ball out and hit Froby's elbow, which caused him to hit himself in the face with his hand.
Yeah, it's gonna sort of kind of over there holding his face, and
I think he got poked in the eye.
Yeah, he's just gonna sort of sit there for a minute, try and pose himself a little bit as Abdur Muhammad comes back in for the Spartans.
2:23 left here in this third quarter. 57-24 is the lead by Lincoln, and Springfield Southeast with the ball. Allison over to Harris. Harris back to Allison, and he'll come over here onto the left wing, reverse, and head back in the other direction. Bounce a pass onto the right wing, now into the corner for Albers. Back out for Harris to Allison. Allison lobs a pass into Dent. Dent drives the lane, takes the shot, gets the ball to fall through. 57-26, under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Next game scheduled to tip off at 7:30. I think we'll make it on time there, the way this one's going. Here is Grunder, and that's picked off by Springfield Southeast, and Abdur Muhammad comes away with a loose ball. Here's Dent for three, and that one just misses the front of the rim. Muhammad pulls down the rebound. He's double-teamed at the baseline, kicks it out to Allison. Allison gets his pocket picked by Grunder, who finds Tungate, who finds Ewald, who finds the basket.
Ewald's got 16 points.
1:20 left to play here in this third quarter.
Looks like Froby's somewhat okay, gonna go and
has a little drink of water and sits back down. After you get poked in the eye, man, you just got to give it time to water and then dry up again, and then you'll be okay. There's a loose ball picked up after the rebound by Lincoln, all the way down to Ewald. Ewald drives the baseline, no room, and he stepped out of bounds with 1 minute exactly left on the clock here in the third.
see just sort of the, you can already see now the Lincolners starting to pump the brakes a little bit. Obviously, they may still have three starters in, but they're definitely not going full out here. And I don't think Southeast really are either.
There's Harris with the ball for the Spartans. Over to Allison. Bounce pass to Dent. He'll try for three, and he'll be a little bit short. That ball was partially tipped, the referee says. And the referee also probably could have called a foul if he would have wanted to, because Dent did get touched on his way up to that 3. But the foul will end up going to Hullinger. It'll be his second, and to the free throw line will be Abdur Muhammad, who went 1 for 2 from the charity stripe in the first half. And now he's 2 for 3. And the next one, good as well.
See the girls basketball team having made their way back.
I did not get a text message from anyone telling me what the score was, so we'll try to find out here in a little bit. Over to Hullinger it goes with 30 seconds left. And Hullinger hands the ball off to Ewald. Ewald back at midcourt. Will take it over onto the left wing, back it up a little bit more, and give to Grunder, who gives to Tungate. Back over to Hullinger in front of his own bench, cuts across the lane, and we'll start all over again. Back with Ewald at the midcourt stripe. This time over to Tungate. 10 seconds left. Into the corner for Hullinger. He drives the lane, takes the shot, good for 2. Whoops, wrong one.
There we go.
And a big miss at the buzzer will take us to the fourth quarter on a 3-point shot. 61-28 in favor of Lincoln as we go to break. We'll come back and tell you about the fourth quarter here in just a minute on the Kahoks Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. It's the holiday party season, folks, and Prairie Farms has a new squeezable sour cream pouch that's perfect for topping off tacos, potatoes, chili, and more. You can now throw away those spoons, squeeze your way to holiday happiness with Prairie Farms' new squeezable sour cream. Now available at your favorite grocery store. For more information, prairiefarms.com.
I think
Somebody's got to go check in, I think. Isn't that right?
Or they're did not make it back, did not check in time, so they're going to make him go back and we'll check in at the next stoppage.
Gotcha. There we are in the fourth quarter, and you wouldn't have thought in a million years that we would have running clock in the third place game, but that's where we are. The clock will not stop unless somebody calls a timeout or the unspeakable, an injury.
Of course, you wouldn't want to miss that on anybody,
No. So it looks like we actually may get the other game started a little early. I don't know if they'll just go ahead and wait till 7:30.
I think they will, probably.
Yeah, because it's just now. It's
7 o'clock.
1 minute away from 7 o'clock, yeah. And in real time, this time will just tick away in the next 7 minutes and 15 seconds, and it'll be about 10 after. Normally there's 15 minutes in between games. Yeah, I can see 20 minutes. That's not too far of a stretch. Here is Lincoln with the lead and the ball, and more points added on as Hullinger adds a couple more to his resume tonight. 63-28, Lincoln with the lead.
Hullinger now into double figures. He has 11 points, and I think all 5 of Lincoln's starters, with the exception of possibly Dylan Singleton, are into double figures.
Yeah, I don't think Singleton got close to double figures. Singleton had 10 at the half.
Oh.
Whiteman was the one.
Yeah, there you go.
Here is Hullinger. Hullinger drives and fingertip roll.
No. Offensive foul. That'll be Hullinger's third.
Clock continues to tick even though the whistle blew, as we have running clock as a 30-point lead necessitates in the fourth quarter.
Let's see a Southeast player running along the sideline, sort of clutching something in his mouth, maybe a busted lip or something.
Could be. Allison with the ball, a bounce pass into Marcus Albers, and then around to Raheem, over into the corner, spot up 3, no good, rebound, belongs to Allison, and then Allison travels.
See another new player in.
For who?
Not sure, but for Lincoln, we have
Number 23. That is Brody Whiteman, 6'1" sophomore.
the younger brother, I believe, of Cameron Whiteman.
And Jaden Klopp is getting ready to come in for the first time at the scorer's table at the next opportunity. 5.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. And the clock will not stop. 63-30, 33-point lead for the Lincoln Railers, and a three-point shot that just misses the mark off of the hands of Adam Grunder. Rebound belongs to Southeast. They bring it down and off the glass. Good for two for Abdur Mohammed. Ball back up into the hands of Hullinger. Hullinger, one of the starters, still out there, as well as Ewald. He now has the ball. Into the lane he goes, and he'll sink 2 more points. Ewald now with 18. We could have a couple of players in 20. Froby's probably done for the night. And there's a big three-pointer by James Dent. Been a while since we've called his name as well.
And you see, I think Lincoln doing, I think Coach Alexander kind of taking the time to basically empty his bench. See probably Hullinger and Ewald come out here at the next stoppage. Nice move there by Seth Tungate.
Tungate made that one look easy. 4:20 left to play here in this game, and Dent spots up for another three. No good. Hullinger with the rebound. Back and forth we go, and there's not been a timeout called. And now we have a whistle, and now we will have player exchanges going on. Elijah Paulus comes into the game. Jaden Klopp comes into the game. Mr. Blaylock, how are you, sir? Merry Christmas.
I see, I believe Elijah Paulus. That name sounds familiar from when we went up to Lincoln to cover the Collinsville Lincoln football games. I recall Elijah Paulus was one of their running backs, I think. Either that or wide receivers. We have a foul away from the play, I believe, on James Dent.
67-35. And this clock continues to tick, tick, tick away. Meanwhile, another player for Lincoln comes in. How about Trent Kohler, a 5'8" sophomore? Keeler. Okay.
All right.
I went with Kohler because that's what was my wife's last name when I met her. She wasn't my wife then. Into the corner it goes. And with it is Grunder. He'll kick it on out to the front now for Klopp. I just have the whole Lincoln roster in front of me now.
Yeah.
Got to be able to tell what's going on here. And here comes Terrence Harris, and count the basket for Harris.
I think the foul will be on Keeler, and it will be.
67-37. Clock continues to move as it approaches 3 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. At the free throw line, it is Terrence Harris. Harris did not go to the free throw line in the first half.
I believe now that all but 2 players on Lincoln's roster have come into the game. Now we're just waiting for the 2 freshmen, Tyler Saucy and Jaden Cook.
Here is Grunder for 3. No, that didn't fall, and the rebound is taken care of by Springfield, and Allison moves the ball up to Harris, and Harris is going to get fouled by, I believe that was Elijah Paulus.
See the crowd continue to file in.
Yeah, it's getting thicker and thicker in here, isn't it? Harris up to the free throw line one more time.
See a subset come in for Southeast.
Harris hits the first one.
That is
Seth Doss back into the game. Harris back at the free throw line. He launches the second one, and he'll drain that one in there as well. Seth Doss is a freshman. Noah Doss is a senior, so I'm guessing the younger brother of Noah. Here are the Lincoln Railers enjoying a very comfortable 67-39 lead as we have 90 seconds left to play in this one. And around the horn it goes as it ends up over here on this side for Whiteman. That's Brody Whiteman. And a turnover will put it in the hands of James Dent. Last year's champions are going to be fourth place finishers this year. As Allison gets the ball, he's double teamed over here in the corner. And now Dent squares up for three and hits the inside of that crease. Comes out, and another shot put up, this one by Seth Doss, and a whistle will follow. Under a minute to go. Time for a couple of free throws here from Doss. And that may be about it. Have a few seconds left afterwards. Won't take all the time up off the clock, but it'll take a lot of it.
And
no good on the first one.
I guess the only question left now is if Coach Alexander will put the two freshmen on the Lincoln roster in. And
Nah, I don't think he's going to, or else he would have already motioned for him to take off their warm-ups, because we're down to the final 30 seconds now. And the next one from Doss, that one is good. 67-40. Final 15 seconds left to go here in this one before we head to the championship game. Lincoln will capture the third place trophy.
after finishing fourth place last year.
Yeah. They'll trade up while the Spartans of Springfield Southeast will trade down. There's the final buzzer. And this one is over. 67-40 is the final score as Lincoln captures that third place trophy. And we are set to take a break and get ready for the championship game between Collinsville and Mundelein. And that'll be coming your way here in a few minutes on the Kahoks Sports Network.